I have a lot of interesting questions from friends, clients, family. I'm taking them all. So these are some of the answers that. What was it like working with Wayne Dyer? Well, that's a really funny question because back in the '90s, I had a TV show and it was called Unlimited Realities, just like my podcast. And I interviewed some big hitters like Bernie Siegel. I did Dr. Larry Dossey. I did Barbara Marx Hubbard. And I did Dr. Wayne Dyer. And he was like my silent mentor at the time. He didn't even know it. You know, I'd been reading him since I was 11 years old. Erroneous Zones was like my breakthrough book in 5th grade, you know, with him. And so to do an interview with Wayne Dyer, I was like quaking in my boots, you know. It was like, and I was a mom. I had 2 daughters at this time. I had just married my son's father, Mark. And Mark was doing kind of the production aspect of, he was helping my production crew with the production and editing aspect of my TV show. And I was doing the interviews. And so Wayne Dyer shows up at Unity, because I set up at Unity Church. I was doing several interviews that day. And he was doing a big speech at Unity Church in Naples. And we had already scheduled it and set it up. And he came in and he was pressed for time because it was his son's birthday and he was going to cancel. And I was like, you know, calculating the money that's being spent in my head, you know, in regard to I still had to pay the production crew and everything. And if he cancels, it's like, you know, I didn't have any advertisers as it was anyway. So it was like, I'm doing this on a fly as it is. So, I think, so he and Mark weren't like meeting eye to eye. Like I think Mark panicked and it wasn't read really well between the two of them. Anyway, I had to play peacemaker. And anyway, long story short, I interviewed him. It was a great interview. We connected, we bonded, loved him. He remembered me decades later. We stayed in touch. He was going to be on my podcast and then he passed away. So yeah, Wayne Dyer, great guy, very real. But it was his son's birthday and his priority, God bless him, it would have been mine too, was to have birthday dinner with his son. And by cracky, I was not going to hold that up with my darn interview. And I didn't. I was on point and I did it and I followed up and I finished it and he got on the road and he went to dinner with his family.